What is up, everyone? I'm Chelsea. Back there is Bronx, and this is my fiance Sean.
What's up, bud?
And it is not even 5 o'clock in the morning. It's 4:55 a.m. and we are headed to the airport because I am going home for a week. So I'm gonna do a whole vlog on traveling with the service dog once we get there. So I'll see you guys there. Alright, so it's bright and early. Actually, it's not bright, it's dark outside. And we are getting ready to go check in. So we're gonna run through TSA and all of that jazz. It's cold, and I don't want to go, but I'm going, so here we go. So I guess one thing that's pretty good is that there aren't a lot of people here because it's so early. At least in my mind, that's what I would like to think. So yeah, hopefully I can get this going through TSA. Fun part about having service dog is that you usually don't have to wait in line. Sit. Alright, so as you can see, there's no indoor tunnel. You walk straight outside and right to your plane. And this is how you get an 110-ish pound Rottweiler underneath an airline seat.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome aboard Allegiant's flight to Indianapolis. In order to expedite our departure.
Alright, so we made it home. I look crazy. Flight was pretty good. I didn't have anyone sitting directly next to me, so Bronx could stretch out a little bit, which was pretty good. He seemed to enjoy it. We got off and ran, like right off. My gate is right back there. We got off and ran into another service dog team, like a healer, well-behaved dog. It was really good. Bronx looked at it and kept moving, which is good. He didn't even whine at it, so yay us. But we're home and we're gonna go downstairs. It's probably gonna be a little while until my mom can come pick us up, so I guess we'll just be chilling here for a little bit. Something really great to know is that we fly so often that I can grab rungs his handle and tell him exit, and he will get us downstairs to the downstairs door, which is quite far away. So watch this. Moody, forward. Can you exit? Boy.
May I have your attention, please?
So there is an escalator that we go on down here, and there have been a couple times that he guided me onto the escalator and then out the door, which is pretty cool because when I first got him, he was terrified of escalators. But yeah, this is the Indianapolis airport. And he knows exactly where he's going. I wish you could see his face. He has this big smile on his face. He knows that we have people ready to see us. Right around. Yes. Let's see if he's gonna take us by way of the escalator again. Which is right in front of us. He is, but these two come up. Hey, Moody, right, close. There we go, easy. Good. Where are you going? Look at this, so our door is right to the left there. All the way from the gate. That's how often we're at this airport. So he can do this, which is really cool. And my mom probably won't be here for another 30 minutes or so. So we're just gonna, I'm gonna take him to do a potty break. And then, yeah, probably just do some random recording. I'm not gonna let him pull me off of this, so Moody, no. Richie, can you take it? Yes. Good boy, give. Thank you. All right, can you exit? Good boy. Easy, you're moving really fast. Easy. It's like a chariot horse right now. Good boy. Yes, good exit. Good job. And potty time. We're out in this nice big patch of grass that's right outside the door. Letting him do his business and take all the whizzes he needs to take. I think he's done though. He's peed like 6 times. And he's, still lifting his leg up, but nothing's coming out. So it's time to wrap it up. Are you gonna poop? I don't think he's gonna poop. I didn't feed him last night, so I don't think he's gonna poop. Come on, buddy. So now we just wait for my mother. Give me a kiss. We're both really tired, so we're gonna go take a nap. It's been a long morning. We come home and look who's happy to see both of us. Hi, Mina. Hi, baby. Hello. Hello. All right, guys. So I made it home. I thought that I would just take this time to give you a couple pointers and things to keep in mind if you will be flying with your service dog or service dog in training. Biggest thing is that causes a lot of anxiety is people don't really know that the airlines don't follow the ADA. So airlines can require you to fill out paperwork prior to be, boarding your flight with your dog. So you need to make sure that you call ahead once you book your flight or go online and see what their service animal policy is. A lot of airlines have their forms and stuff right on the website. I fly with Allegiant, and all I had to do is Google service animal policy Allegiant, print the form out. For Allegiant, it required me to get vet references for him. So I've got my vet's information and them confirming that he is in fact a service animal and stuff like that. Have that paper that is required present, because I know a couple people caught hell because they just thought they could take their doctor's note in to the airline and, get on the flight, and that does not work like that. So check with your airline and get the required forms filled out prior to boarding. Number 2 is TSA. TSA freaks a lot of people out, especially if you're not used to flying or you're not used to flying with a service dog. So deal with TSA is usually, if you have a service animal, you get through the line much faster because you need, assistance. So you get through the line. Me personally, I completely undress Bronx. I take his collar off. He has no leash on. He's completely naked. I put all of the stuff in the x-ray machine and I go through the metal detector. Once I'm cleared, as in, the metal detector does an alarm, I call him through, I call him to me, and then I put him directly into a down, because after both of you go through the metal detector, they're going to have to test your hands for like residue and stuff. Now, if you are not that confident in your dog, or you would prefer to not walk away from your dog, which is only about 10 feet, but if you're not comfortable doing that, you can have a TSA officer hold on to your dog, and you do not have to undress your dog. I just do it because it's faster, because if your dog's gear has metal on it, it's going to set the alarm off, and the dog has to get a pat down. And that takes a little bit longer. It doesn't take a very long time, but it takes another, 5 minutes or so. I've never been, I would say, more than 15 minutes through TSA. So I get through really quickly. But it is because I take his gear off and just call him through. So that, and then once you do that, like I said, they wipe your hands for residue. Sometimes you will alarm. I alarm sometimes because I put oil in my hair, and whatever it is that's on the oil makes the thing alarm. So I personally, at the airport that I came from to get here, I had to do a pat down because I alarmed for the residue. That took 3 minutes or so. So there's that. And then just a key thing to keep in mind when you're traveling, definitely depends on how long your flight is, but you should restrict food and water from your dog just because you don't want any potty incidences. So, a few hours, I'd say about anywhere from six or less hours from your flight, don't feed your dog or water them freely. Some people get ice cubes and give their dog ice cubes so the dog doesn't get dehydrated. That's fine. I'm just very, very anxious and nervous about having potty accidents because he has gastrointestinal issues. And when I first started doing PA with him, he had an accident and it was my fault because I switched his food and all of that. But anyway, long story short, if you can avoid it, don't feed your dog. And also make sure that their bladder is empty before you get onto your flight. So the best way to do that is let the dog potty at home, or when you first get to the airport, let them go relieve themselves, because a lot of airports have potty stations beyond the TSA checkpoint, but I know several of them that do not. So if you get through TSA and then your dog has to go to the bathroom, so you go outside, you have to go through TSA all over again. So keep that in mind. Let your dog use the bathroom before you enter the airport. And also, for flight wise, if you fear that your dog is going to wiggle around on the flight, get them a little chew or a quiet toy that will keep them content and on the ground. I don't use chews for Bronx because he sleeps through all of our flights, but if you're, wondering how your dog is going to be or you're not sure, get them like a chew toy and, have them gnaw on that. And some people give it to the dog right before takeoff and on landing, because, that's the scariest part, ideally, for the dog. None of that phases Bronx. But if you're worried about it, give the chew toy during your takeoff, and then, I don't know, just let them have it or take it right before you think you're going to land and give it back to them so they're occupied with that. Okay, one more thing to keep in mind when you're traveling with your service dog in training is that the airports, or a lot of the airports, have dogs everywhere. Some of them might be other working dogs, whether it's another service dog or TSA dogs, but there are also a lot of pets that are in there, and, pets can be unruly sometimes, but regardless, your dog should have a very strong leave-it. I know for the Indianapolis airport, which is this airport, to go through TSA, they have a TSA dog right there. So make sure that your dog is not going to be fixated on the working dog or anything like that. Make the service dog community proud, make them look good, go out there and do your best, get your dog to focus on you, and stuff like that. And then there are also other distractions at the airport. There are little kids running around and screaming and all of that. Somebody might drop food on the floor. So just keep in mind that your dog should have a strong leave-it on the plane. And also, that your dog should be comfortable laying down, being in a down for long periods of time. My flights are never any longer than 2 hours. But on longer flights, you need to make sure that you've worked your way up into a nice down stay and that the dog can hold it that whole time, because you don't want your dog popping up and freaking people out and stuff. So, yeah. All right, everyone. I hope that you enjoyed today's video. I really tried to be as informative as possible and try to get you some cool footage in case you're nervous about traveling with your service dog or service dog in training. So I hope that I ease some of your anxiety and fear. If there is a question that you have or something that I didn't go over that has got to do with flying with a service dog, write me down in the comments and I will get back to it and try to answer your question with as much detail as I can. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. I'm going to have some more content coming up, more so service dog training and task training, because I haven't done any of those videos yet. So that'll be new, and hopefully you can get some information from those too. So we're going to get out of here, but before we go, I always want you to remember, we're imperfect and we like it. See you guys.